Hello, this is Goku for the Someone, and I'm back. This is an appendix to my chat with Torreygnr1. He's not here, but Supreme Commander 85 did recommend this video. Go check out his channel. I don't think he has videos, but still, go check him out. But beyond that, he wanted to know a few other things, and I will clarify it in this video. There are a few things that me and Torreygnr1 did not talk about in our last video, and these are my opinions. If you want his, go ask him. I don't know if he will, but he may or may not. Okay, so essentially, in this, basically, he wanted to know would I have mechanical web shooters, or would I do the whole organic thing? Absolutely mechanical web shooter, and I'll get onto that a little bit later. Also wanted to know about my costume. What costume would it look like? What would it be like? And I have really good answers for this, actually. And I'm sorry I did not mention this in the other video. And then I'm going to talk about some other points later on in the video. Okay, so with the costume would look very cheap. It would look very much like the original comics. It would almost look identical. But it would look really, really cheap. It would look like something that a high school student could afford. To the fact that it would look cheap and it'd get ripped up. And also what I would do is when he gets a rip in the next episode after, you would see like a patchwork. You'd see like a patch on it. You'd see it getting patched. And it would be like that probably for the entire first season until he gets a new costume. Also, there would be a winter themed episode where he's getting sick, very much like the cartoon, Spectacular Spider-Man. I think that was a good idea, and I think that's a way for him to want to upgrade his suit. The web shooters would be very similar. That they would be very much like it'd probably look like the components themselves would look like things like a toaster. Or a video console, things you would see a kid have. Like it would look very much like this kid built this out of spare parts that he found laying around. Like he might have taken a toaster out of a garbage can to build this thing. The web cartridges themselves is a conceit. You can't really get around that. High school student did it. But I would give him a science background, absolutely. It'd be heavily obsessed that he is science. He loves science. I'd be very big on that. Him being, also, one thing I did not mention in the other video was the whole idea of would he be working for the Bugle, and would he be a photographer, or would he be like more the web thing that they did in Ultimate Spider-Man? Definitely a photographer, but I was kind of thinking recently, I'd probably give him a webcam, or not a webcam, a cell phone camera, kind of like an iPhone or something initially. So he's a kid and he's getting the good photos, but yeah, like eventually he'd get his real camera once he got some money, but that would probably be the initial idea, and he'd probably be bitching out, oh, I'm only going to pay this because these are grainy photos, I can barely see it. I think that would work into the character and all that. Also, another thing I did not talk about is, the first episode, there would be no real villains, and the pilot. And in the first proper episode, there would probably also be no real villains. He'd probably be like, there would be a transition to normal, everyday thugs that he's taking on, because Spider-Man can do that. He's one of those characters that you could make interesting stories where he's just taking on normal criminals. They can give him a challenge. Not as much of a challenge as super wise villains, but you can get into that later, like heavily armed thugs is still interesting for him, like Batman. But then beyond that, the other thing is that a couple of thugs he takes on in the first episode would actually be characters that you recognize, and also there would be a sense of, I would introduce characters earlier and then bring them back later. In closing, the other thing I was thinking about is the Black Cat is, I would probably bring the Black Cat much later in the show. And I'd probably have her the spoiled rich kid that around the same time Black Cat comes, and nobody realizes this. And then you build that whole story, and then you build the story of, you really get into the whole thing that her father was the cat, and all that. And so this is Goku for the Someone. This is my thoughts. Please leave a comment or a video response. Tell me what you think, and tell me if you like my ideas, and tell me if you think they're idiotic. See you next time, YouTube.